Yeah, I started the recording on Zoom.
Okay, let me mute the call. Just give me 1 second. Okay, greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Dr. Julius Nairi CBPM UNIA-ACL Division 421. Today is January 23rd. It's 5:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today, our topic, we will be going over our schedule for 2022. Before we get started, we're going to start with the pledge to the red, black, and green. All right. Are y'all ready? Let's go. I commit my body, mind, and spirit.
I commit my body, mind, and spirit
To the protection, defense, and security
to the protection,
defense, and security
of the red, black, and green.
of the
red, black, and green.
I dedicate my life
I dedicate my
life
to the redemption of Mother Africa
to the redemption of
Mother Africa
and the liberation of us scattered Black children.
and the liberation of us.
scattered Black children.
I accept for myself and my descendants
I accept
for myself and my descendants
the teachings of universal African nationalism
the
teachings of universal African nationalism
and promise that our children will be instilled
and promise that
our children will be instilled
with the purpose and knowledge of themselves as African people.
with the purpose
and knowledge of themselves as
African people.
In order that the cause of our struggle
in order
that the cause of our struggle
will neither falter nor fail
will neither falter
nor fail
until our Black people are free and united.
until
all Black people are free and united.
Through one God.
through one God,
One God,
one aim,
one aim,
one
and
aim,
one destiny.
President John, could you do roll call first before I do the guidelines? I need to run and do something real quick.
Yes, not a problem.
Thank you.
Yes, tonight is January 23rd, 2022. It's 5:20 p.m. And this is our UNIA, Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, Division 421. It's our mass meeting. Tonight on the call, as of right now, we have myself, Brother Finland, President of Division 421. We have our Lady President, Mama Amina. We have our first Lady Vice President, Sister Ra Ebony. We have our second Lady Vice President, Sister Tania. We have our Legal Defense Committee Coordinator, Attorney Emotep. We have our third Vice President, Brother Cornelius, UNIA member at 172 in New York, Dr. Shams. We also have the Ormond on the line. We also have Brother Art on the line as well in Virginia. And last one on the Zoom line, we have Brother Robert out of St. Louis. So that makes 10 total on the call tonight. And same people that are on the conference line are on Zoom. So right now we have 10 on the call, Second Lady Vice President.
Okay, that was it. Did I cut in or was you finished?
I'm sorry. That was almost it. I forgot my wife is here with me. She was upstairs. She just came back down. So it's 11 on the call. Black Cross Nurse Coordinator.
All right. So let me get started on the guidelines. Hold up, I'm almost back. Okay. All right, the meeting is broken into two halves. First half, we focus on the topic. Today, we're doing our schedule for 2022. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Please mute your lines. That's one of the guidelines is to keep your phone on mute when you have the floor so everyone can hear you speak. If we have too many lines open, a lot of times that cause distortion. Then it make it hard, cause an echo, make it hard for you to hear the people on the call. So just try to be conscious of that. Today, like I was saying, my first half, we're gonna focus on our schedule. And since I haven't sent it out yet, it's still incomplete. So changes can be made up until it's sent out. Okay, let me see where am I. All right, keep a pen and paper available to take notes and save member contact information. There will be people on this call with different ideas, religions, and opinions than your own. It's okay to disagree, but let's not become disrespectful and nasty towards one another. Ladies, do not give out your personal phone numbers during the conference call. Give out your business number or email. Do not use the N-word during the call. Be mindful of unnecessary using and overusage of curse words. There are children that tune into the call. Okay. So it was another question I had. I forgot to text it to you. President John, it was about what are we going to do once we finish with Message to the People? What's the next book? Because I stopped writing.
Excellent question. We will finish Message to the People officially February 22nd. We'll read the last lesson. I think we may have like a review or something in March. But after that, one thing that I wanted to touch on going into High Executive Council is a refresher of the Constitution. So wanted to kind of probably gonna go back to 2 study groups a month instead of 4, and doing one that'll be on the Constitution, and then one that'll probably be on like philosophies and opinions. But going into High Executive Council, I did want to do a review of the Constitution. So starting out, it may be all Constitution until High Executive Council. Then we'll switch over to philosophies and opinions. But those are the next 2 documents that I feel are important for us to review.
Okay, so it'll be the Constitution until after, before the High Executive, and then philosophies and opinions.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well. All right. So we asking our members to pay their membership fees for Division 421, which are $46. And then it's a link It'll be a link in the agenda. Okay. We've already done most of the month of January, but I'ma still go back over some important things. So we started the year off with doing Marcus Garvey's Emancipation Day speech, which was good. It brought up the topic of celebrating January 1st, or trying to include it into other celebrations. Well, not other celebrations, but Kwanzaa, included into the Kwanzaa celebration. And then January 10th, January 10th, 1897, Amy Ashwood was born. And then, you know, we done had our study groups, the 11th, the 18th, and then today's the 23rd. We're doing our schedule for 2022. And then the 25th will be our next study group. We'll have another study group on the 1st of February. The 5th of February will be our executive meeting. Is the time permanently changed to 7 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. Eastern time for executive meetings?
You asking me?
Because
Um,
we was normally having them at starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time, but we've been doing it at 7 p.m. Eastern time these past couple of months.
yeah. For me, I'm comfortable. I like the 7 o'clock better, but the next meeting, the next executive meeting will be at 7. We can have a discussion at that meeting to see if 7 or 8 o'clock is better. Moving forward, I mean, as of right now, yeah, it'd be 7 o'clock.
Okay. And normally around that time in February, Pearl Academy does a science fair. But I mean, the agenda isn't completed, so I don't know if it's gonna be a science fair this year or what day is on. I don't know.
That's a good question. I'm sure that well, I would think that there is. I'm not for certain, just with the whole COVID, and I know that they were doing things. Well, yeah, I think they had a virtual science fair the last couple of years, but
Okay.
I need to reach out with President Rossmeyer. Since he is no longer at the school, the communication with that hasn't been like it used to be, because he basically was there helping plan the events. So now he's got it. He's got it second hand. But
you would know.
But it's usually around the middle of February, around Valentine's Day, on Friday or Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that.
Okay.
But just block something out. For us to support Youth Health Science Fair in Atlanta.
Okay. Well, hopefully by then I know something within the next couple of days, and that way I can fill it in. I'd like to send it out at least by Tuesday, no later than Tuesday. Okay. So we have our study group on the 8th. And then for our mass meeting on the 13th, the topic would be Division 421, Office of First, Second, and Third Vice Presidents. We'll go over the goals and responsibilities of those 3 offices. The 15th of February is another study group. February 21st, 1942, Professor Dr. Tony Martin was born. And as some of you may know, that's a historian. I'm sorry, huh?
Yeah, go back, Sister Tania. Were you saying this is February study groups?
February study group was February 15th.
No, we have to move that. February, the whole month of February, we're still going to be doing message to the people. And then after that, March, we can switch over.
No, and I didn't say, no, I'm going with the dates. It's not, I'm just going over the dates in a row of what's important.
Okay, my apologies.
Yep, so 15th is the study group. Then February 21st, 1942, Professor Dr. Tony Martin was born. And then February 22nd is another study group. February 27th is a mass meeting we're doing. The topic is going to be Dr. Tony Martin, or Professor Tony Martin. And then that's it for February. March 2022. We'll have a study group on that date. And this is when we go to the Constitution, or what you say?
It'll most likely be Constitution for March and April. The High Executive Council is in April, so we have like 4 sessions of the Constitution.
Okay. And then the 5th will be our executive meeting. March 13th is a mass meeting. We'll do Division 421 Office of First, Second, and Third Lady. Goals and responsibilities of those offices. March 15th is the study for our study group, which will be the Constitution. March 23rd, 1916, Marcus Garvey came to the United States of America. Okay, March 27th, that's another mass meeting. And wait a minute, did I skip? Okay, no, I did. Okay, that's a mass meeting. We doing Division 421, Office of President. March 29th is a study group. Our topic will be the Constitution. Then next is the month of April, 2022.
Sister Tania, did you have a topic for March 27th? I'm sorry.
Division 421, Office of President.
Okay. So we're doing Vice President first and then President on the 27th?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, the male vice presidents, then the lady vice presidents, then the male president. I mean, I don't really just put them in no type of order. I mean, did you want them in order?
No, I was just confirming. You're fine.
Okay. Are you going to the High Executive Council?
Yes, I am. And I'm glad you brought that up. Yes, I am. And I need confirmation from anybody else that is interested in going. It'll be officially April 14th through 16th. So we need to start trying to get commitment. Brother Macias is looking at trying to get a van and looking at some lodging opportunities. But I am definitely going, and I need to know who else can commit to going at this time.
Where is it gonna be at?
Philadelphia. In
Oh.
Philadelphia. It'll be a chance to see our international headquarters.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just trying to make sure I didn't have to switch something around. Since it's on the 14th, I think we, unless on the, wait a minute. Okay, so it'll be the 12th. Will you think you'll want to do a study group on that day?
2 to 12. Yes,
Mm.
actually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that'll be our last chance to any questions we got before we go into HEC.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So April 2nd will be our executive meeting from, well, we're going to talk about the time for executive meetings. April 5th, 1856, Booker T. Washington was born. April 10th, UNIA-ACL, our division mass meeting on this day will be Booker T. Washington. If I could find a good biography on him. Well, he wrote his own book, so I'll probably just read from there. I mean, can't nobody tell your story like you can. So I know last year we did chapter 1. I did chapter 1 last year, so I look for another chapter, maybe chapter 2, and to talk about his life. And then April 12th is our study group. This is before high executive. So you'll get a chance to ask questions, those that are going. Are we doing any what are those called? Are we sending any not resolution? Is it resolutions? What is it called?
Yes, it is resolutions.
Resolutions.
Yeah. We haven't, I mean, and we hadn't even discussed it, but I mean, I think we would want to, but again, that's why, you know, as soon as we finish message to the people, we want to get into the Constitution so we know what we want, you know, from a resolution standpoint and why we want it.
Okay.
But as of right now, the only resolutions that we have would be the same resolutions that we've had the past 3 years, and that's going back to the delegate system.
Okay. All right. April 13th, 1922, Dr. Julius Nyeri was born. That's why the division is named after. On April 24th, on our mass meeting, we'll talk about Dr. Julius Nyeri. And then April 26th, that's a study group. So I guess it'll be up in the air whether we do Constitution again or start a new book.
We'll probably go into philosophies and opinions. I think we've talked about that book for several years, and we never really we've gone back and forth from race first to message to the people. So I want to give that book, you know, some attention. Philosophies and opinions, some attention.
Well, that's my favorite. So.
Yeah. April 26th, right there.
Okay. May 2022. On May 7th, we have our executive meeting. May 8th, we have a mass meeting. I don't have a topic for it. I'm gonna leave it open. Because up until this point, I hadn't did nothing like for any presentations or anything for the year. So I'll leave May open for that. And then I think
May 19th is Malcolm X's birthday.
No, May 8th.
Excuse me?
May 8th. That's the date I said was May 8th. I didn't have anything open for that day. And then, so if anybody want to do a presentation on the 8th, and then the 10th, May 10th is our study group. We'll be doing philosophies and opinions. May 22nd, is we're doing Office of Lady President. May 24th is another study group. Philosophies and Opinions. May 25th is African Liberation. And then now we June.
Okay. What's on the 25th?
African Liberation Day. It's a event that President Ross and a couple of the organizations that he worked with. I can't really remember which organizations it is, but they get together on that day. Do you know?
Okay, May 19th is Malcolm X's birthday too.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, May 19th, May 25th. Those.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
didn't
Sister Nia, I'm sorry.
I didn't miss Malcolm X's birthday, but I put in the dates that are for the UNIA, those dates. So else I have to, it'll just be full of birthdays. So the dates that I say
So
has
Malcolm X was for sure. He was for sure our great leader.
Yeah, but that was further on down.
And we celebrate his birthday.
Yeah, we do. I'm not doubting it, but I can't put everybody's birthday in the agenda, so I have to stick with who's.
If you can put Tony Martin's birthday, you can put Malcolm X for sure.
Martin wrote "Race First," which was
That's
about.
That's what I believe.
Tony Martin wrote the book that we read.
Malcolm X led the people for sure.
Okay.
They both great men, worthy of remembrance. We have to have a balance, and that's what these type of discussions are for. As Sister Tania said, if we really looked at our history, our calendar would be full every day. We'd be celebrating somebody. So we're not overlooking Malcolm X. I'll just say that. Sister Tania.
Okay. Then we into June. Division 421. Uh-oh. I accidentally jumped page. So give me a second so I can find my place. Okay, June 4th is executive meet. June 10th is Marcus Garvey joins the ancestors. June 12th is we do the UNIA-ACL Executive Secretary and Division 421 Office of Record Secretary for our mass meeting topic. June 14th, a study group. June 26th, Division 421 Office of Correspondence Secretary and Financial Secretary. June 28th is our study group. We're still doing philosophies and opinions. I guess we'll be more than likely doing that throughout the year. Because, let me see. I got mine right here. I think it's like, it's like 300 some pages. So I can see that we'll probably be reading that to the end of the year.
Sister Tania, we may jump around a little bit, but yeah, that'll be the next text that we focus on. When a convention comes up, we may go back to Constitution for a month or so.
Okay. Okay.
Greetings and good evening, everyone.
Greetings.
This is Brother Andrew.
Greetings. Greetings, Brother Andrew.
Greetings, everyone.
Then July 19th, 1914, UNIA-ACL was founded by Marcus Garvey and Amy Ashwood Garvey. July 24th, UNIA-ACL Division 421 mass meeting. The topic is 5 things our ancestors did to establish the UNIA-ACL global government. July 26th, we're doing our study group, philosophies and opinions. August 2022. So from August 1st to August 31st, 1920 was the first Negro People Convention of the world. August 1st, 1920, UNIA plebiscite at Madison Square Garden in New York. Over 24,000 Africans attended. August 6th, UNIA-ACL Division 421 executive meeting from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Well, I keep forgetting we're going to talk about the time. August 13, 1920, the Declarations of Rights of the Negro People of the World was issued. August 14th is a mass meeting. We're going to read the Declarations of Rights. Okay. Do you know when that convention is?
I'm sorry. So today, our convention, you talking about UNI convention?
Yeah, the UNI convention.
I'm pretty sure it is the week after Marcus Garvey's birthday, so it should be the 21st through the 26th.
Okay. And the week Marcus Garvey, do you have an idea which weekend you're gonna do it? Cause that'll be all like right now. Marcus Garvey.
Be the 19th.
I think it's during the week. Maybe like
His birthday's on 17th, which is Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday, it's in the middle of the week. Okay, so just something to think about.
I kind of want to do it on the 13th, personally.
The weekend before.
If we can do that. That'll give us some time to plan for convention.
Okay, you know where the convention gonna be?
Convention will be in Detroit.
Okay. So I'm hoping that I have those dates put in the agenda so you all will know. And then it also matters because the way I know to put like a presentation or put something during on those dates, because I know you'll be pretty busy out there, and just in case I'm not able to do the meetings myself, I end up putting a TBA at those times for our meetings in that month. So maybe one of them we may not do, one mass meeting we may not do. But anyway, August 17, 1887, Marcus Garvey was born. And then our mass meeting, which may be a TBA, is I wanted to do the USA versus UNIA. I just wanted to read that chapter again from Race First. Just that particular chapter. Since it was the month of Marcus Garvey. And I did want to do the exoneration, the Office of Exoneration, which I forgot to add. I wanted to add that in there, but I wanted to go over what happened to why. All right, mute. You got it, President John?
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you. I wanted to go over why he was needed to be exonerated anyway. So if possible, we'll start that on the 28th of August. August 30th, our study group, Philosophies and Opinions. August 31st, 1920, the UNIA-ACL government was established. August 31st is International African Independence Day. September 3rd is our executive meeting. September 11th will be either part 1 or part 2 of USA versus UNIA. And September 13th is our study group, Philosophies and Opinions. September 25th will be Division 421, Office of Exoneration, Marcus Garvey Exoneration. Then September 27th, our study group, Philosophies and Opinions. October 1st, it's the UNIA-ACL Division 421 Executive Meeting. October 9th, doing Counsel General Fruit Muhammad in the Legal Defense Committee. And the 9th also, I believe that's his birthday. August 11th, UNIA-ACL Division 421 Study Group, Philosophies and Opinions. August 23rd, our mass meeting, which is TBA. August 25th,
August.
421, October 25th, Division 421 is our study group, Philosophies and Opinion. November 5th is our executive meeting. November 13th, we'll do Division 421 Office of Universal African Black Cross Nurses. November 15th, our study group, Philosophies and Opinions. November 27th, Division 421 Office of Treasurer and Office of Assistant Treasurer. And then our study group will be Philosophies and Opinions on the 29th. And then we off to December. December 3rd will be our executive meeting. December 11th is our mass meeting. Our topic will be Amy Jacques Garvey and Amy Ashwood Garvey. December 13th, our study group. December 25th, the meeting is canceled. December 27th, in 2009 was our first citizenship ceremony. And December 26th.
What day is that? Oh, yes.
Yeah, December 27th, in 2009, it was Kuji Chagalia citizenship ceremony. The first, the UNIA. It's I used to do an agenda about it, but President Ross told me not. I had stopped because he said we was no longer doing it. So I was making it a thing to bring it up once a year, but I probably should do a agenda over it. Once I send out the agenda, if y'all go all the way to the end to December, you'll see it's a link and there are pictures and it may be an article in there about it. All right, the 27th, I don't know if we're gonna do the study group or not. That'll be up to President John. But normally the last meeting and the last study group is canceled at the end of the year. December 31st, 1895, Amy Jacques Garvey was born. And then that's it. we're done. So I'm gonna pass it to President John, and then anyone else that would like to comment on it can.
Thank you, Second Lady Vice President. Excellent calendar and outline for us to have some type of direction throughout the year and be able to establish some level of expectations at the end of the year based on what we do throughout the year. A couple things that I wanted to add, and I'll try to remember all of them, and I'm going to try to be quickly. So first one is I think we can start doing annual elections. And I think we kind of need to be doing annual elections. So I think June, sometime at the end of June this year, we had an election. So I think June 26th. I didn't hear exactly what you had on the schedule or the calendar, but I'd like to keep elections in mind for that time of year. Other thing is in October, and it's not on here, but it's been discussed amongst the parent body. They're trying to plan a trip to Africa. So that will be a third big event for us collectively, you know, outside of just Division 421, but the High Executive Council convention, and then this trip to Africa will be the third event that we do together throughout the year. We'll talk about that more later when we get more details. A couple other things that I wanted to mention. We've got a good calendar. Most of the things that are being shown on the calendar as far as days that are being highlighted are things that are happening in the evening. So two things I wanted to point out. And one thing to keep in mind, President Ross Marvin, the first thing he told me when I joined the organization was pace yourself. So while we do have some white space and we do have more opportunities in the morning, you know, I don't want us to burn ourselves out, but don't think that, you know, we're doing everything that we can at the same time. So we can always do more, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. And with that, coming up in the springtime, one of the things that caught my attention is the Saturdays. So we've got a lot of white space on Saturdays. I'd like to try to, I know New Era, they do a community program where they go to different areas throughout the city. I still want to, you know, work with them and you know, the other organizations that have programs, but if we could do our own at the same time, that would be good. But just my point is, you know, there's opportunities for Saturday, the whole day on Saturday to have either training or community cleanups, feeding programs, and things like that. And another thing, this is a living document, so we expect it to grow and you know, for things to be added and events to be added. And I would like for us, and I'm glad our Hope brother's still on. Let me see. Yes, but from an agricultural standpoint, you know, it's January now. We can be ahead of the seasonal curve. So if there's anything, if we've got some land or have access to some land where we can do some farming, I'd like to, you know, plan for that and know, you know, what months, what weeks, what weekends, you know, we need to be out there doing that type of work. So those are the things that I wanted to add. You know, just thank you in general, Second Lady Vice President. Don't forget about elections in June, the trip to Africa in October, and opportunity for all of us to plan some events on Saturdays as well as the other days, or the mornings, and agriculture. See if we can be ahead of the curve on that one this year. That's all I really wanted to add. Thank you, Second Lady Vice President. I open the floor to Lady President Mama Lamina, and see if she wanted to add any comments.
Yeah, I was gonna. We need to develop some ways that we can raise money for our local, our division. I mean, we got to give money to the national organization on the new office building. So we need ways that here locally we can do that. And we talked about having some February event. Have we scheduled anything to happen, or what do we want to do in the month of February? And that's just 2 weeks away. We're going to have some kind of Black History event in February.
Well, my comments on that, we've discussed this a couple times now, and we've been discussing it, I feel like, since last year. And we talked about putting together a committee to lead it. Committee would consist of myself, I believe, Lady President, you were on the committee, First Vice President, Brother Macias, and Community Outreach Coordinator, Brother Kinuardo. Second Lady Vice President, or First Lady Vice President, Sister Ebony. I don't think you were on that committee, but we've had a couple meetings. But at this time, I'm the only person, other than yourself, that's on. Brother Macias did mention to me about a facility in Stone Mountain. We were supposed to, go see the facility and kind of, go over the paperwork once he got in town, but we haven't been able to do that yet. But yeah, I can't. I'm personally, can't do it all on my own. Need some support. That's the information that I know as of right now.
Okay, if we say as a group we're going to meet and we're going to discuss this, and then we're going to go see this facility in Stone Mountain, that's not too far from me. We just say now when we're going to do it and do it. You got to plan your work, and then you got to work your plan, and that's what we got to be about. I personally kind of think. So if you say we're going to go to the Stone Mountain facility, when do we want to do that?
Brother Macias was leading that because he's got the relationship with the facility owner, but again, he's not on the call, so I can't really speak for him. I need to reach out to him and get an update. But we're supposed to discuss it again Tuesday. Will be our next time to talk about it.
Okay. That's this group. Yeah. And I thought about somebody in the past, and who'd you say it was that suggested that we do some kind of busing or something?
As well. He mentioned.
Well, we got to wait for him to come back so we can discuss these things, because certainly, a Black Star Line, even if it's not a ship, we could maybe have some bus company going across country or something. I don't know. It was just ideas that came to mind.
Yeah, he brought it up at an executive meeting last year.
Yes,
I don't know if it was September, October, but I agreed with what he was trying to do. There were some details that were still open that I wasn't clear on. So I asked him to, continue to work on it. But I did support, and we did bring it to the executive, to the executive body, to know what he was working on.
Well, I do know that's kind of a good idea, because I used to take the megabus all the time going down to New Orleans. So they got these buses going all around the country to different places. Just a thought, maybe, some kind of Black Star Line of sorts.
Yeah, Brother Macias, he's got his hands full. not here tonight, so I can't speak on the latest status.
Okay, those are just thoughts that our Black History program of some sort, and possible, some way for us to make some money.
Yeah, the only thing, Brother Macias is our business coordinator. So when it comes to profitable ventures, it would go through his office primarily. Third vice president is doing agriculture. Second vice president is doing education, and I'm doing like membership and reporting. Anybody else have any questions? Well, one thing when we brought up Mama Mina that came to my mind was Kwanzaa. We had talked about Kwanzaa this past year, but if we wanted to do that this year, we could look at that.
Yeah, we need to start planning whatever program, whatever we're going to do at Kwanzaa time. We need to plan that and then work that plan. Oh, Jesus. I mean, I've celebrated Kwanzaa since it was a Kwanzaa, so we need to do Kwanzaa. Even if on the first day we wanted to bring the whole community together, say the UNIA is inviting everybody out to this Kwanzaa event. And I don't know about how this pandemic is going to work in December, if people would even want to come out for something like that, but something.
Thank you, Lady President. Well, at this time, we'll open the floor. Well,
and the women, when can we start meeting? When can the sisters start meeting and doing their work?
That's a great question. That's on the sisters. The brothers, we any way we can assist, but we are not an obstacle to the sisters coming together. We have a few sisters on the call tonight: First Lady, Vice President, Second Lady, Vice President, Lady President, as well as Black Cross Nurse Coordinator. So the leadership is here, but that's not. I hope that's not something that we would have to put together, as brothers.
No, you wouldn't. But if you give us the permission to do it, then we can call a meeting and then work from there. From that point, how about that?
Y'all definitely have permission to come together. That's what I was trying to say. Like, we're not trying to be in the way of any progress. We're sisters coming together, working together.
Okay, thank you. Ladies, anybody have any opinions about anything like that?
I do. Greetings, First Lady, Sister Ebony. And what I'm doing now is going over the yearly schedule myself to be able to present to y'all. I haven't said anything because I wanted to be fully developed and have everything aligned for us to do fundraisers, for us to actually put money back into the organization so that we can be able to exercise these different routes of going to see the international building, being able to have resources so that we all can meet. I know Brother President John said something about a fundraiser in February, but like I said, I'm developing a little plan so that I can be able to pass out to the executive board to, pass out amongst the organization. So that's just me personally, but my steps that I'm taking. Thank you, Sister Tania, again for all that you do. You have done a beautiful job in, redirecting this energy in the organization. I think that's really lit. Mama Mina, I'm gonna get with you so we can sit down and chat because we're closer together. We're also gonna get with Sister Tania to, be able to be a part of this, as well as Sister Erica, with the Black Star Nurses, the Black nurses or whatever. So I could just say be expecting that in the next couple of weeks to just like sit down and have a discussion about everything, giving the critiques and criticisms of what's to come.
Okay.
Y'all just let me know when whenever it's time to meet up. I'll be there.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I'll just speak with everybody then we plan a day.
Yeah, Mamina,
Yes, sir.
if you can, if you speak with the sisters and develop a time, I can send out a text, set up the Zoom and the conference line to have it running. If y'all want to do it on a Saturday afternoon or something, just let me know. What everybody agrees with.
That's going to be our February affair. We're going to do this. This is the first of the year. We're going to plan our work and then work it. So we're going to do something one of these Saturdays in February. Is that all right with everybody?
Sounds good to me.
I think that's still good. And Sister Erica said yes.
Thank you, Erica.
Okay. Okay. I think that. Brother Cornelius, I guess I'll pass it to you. Is there anything you wanted to? Well, yeah. I wanted to go through our executive first. Brother Cornelius, is there anything that you wanted to add on the comment in regards to the calendar?
Greetings, brothers and sisters. No, I don't have anything to add. I'm just willing to be there for the activities I can be at. It's not easy for me to meet those weekday nights for the, can you hear me all right?
Yes, I hear you right.
Okay. It's not too easy for me to meet those weeknight study groups, but some of those other major activities that we're talking about, I'll be glad to get in any of those when I'm available. But I'm just listening. That's all.
Thank you, Third Vice President, for being here with us. I'll pass it over to our Legal Defense Committee Coordinator, Attorney Imhotep.
Okay, greetings, Africans.
Greetings, Africans.
Yes, forgive me. Is this the time to share, or was this a comment?
Well, I was looking specifically from executive officers, any comments in regards to the calendar this year.
Oh, okay, got it. No, I don't have a comment.
Thank you, Attorney Imhotep. With that, we'll open up the floor. Anybody, any members, active or ordinary, have any comments or questions in regards to the Dr. Julius Nairi CBPM Division 421 2022 calendar? All right, no questions. Well, with that, I'll go ahead and shift over, get ready for member share. Sister Tamia, is there anything you wanted to say before we shift it over?
No, it's I'll be working on the schedule for the next few days. So if anything need to be added before I send it out. And then I guess even after I send it out, I guess we can always change things in the future if it needs to be changed. But I think it's just work off of a schedule instead of trying to do everything at the last minute. So, all right.
Okay. So I'll give a brief update. As Sister Sonia said in the beginning of the meeting, we're in the beginning of 2022. Finances and economics are critical, and so I'll just read. The parent body is asking all members to pay their assessment, so that's our $10 assessment tax, and then monthly. They ask for a full year dues in January, but basically it's a call to members to pay their assessment, pay their dues, they're responsible. So I'll read this letter. This is from our parent body, Office of the Secretary General, University Legal Improvement Association, Excellent Communities League, January 16th, 2022. President General Michael R. Johnson. Greetings, Division President and Division Secretary. First, let me thank you for all the work you do. My job is easier because of you. This year, we are trying to follow the Constitution and get reports in and out on time. The first task for the new year, according to the Constitution, is to pay the annual assessment tax. It is due on January 1st. The divisions are responsible for paying for each active member. To relieve the burden on the divisions, include the assessment tax on the January monthly report that is due by February 21st. This will give your members more time to renew and pay the assessment themselves. You have until January 31st to collect the fee from your members before your division has to pay it. I hope this will help. Make sure all contact information from members is included in the monthly reports. Let me know if you have any questions, need assistance with your reports. Asante, and this is from our Secretary General, Sister Brenda Moakan. Sister Echo from the parent body for active members to pay their dues and their assessment. Any questions on that?
The assessment is the $10, right?
Yes, Brother Cornelius. You pay you pay automatic. You are so good, bro. Like you paid out till like next year already.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, yeah.
When you the dues are 46, we need to leave $56, right?
Say again. I'm sorry, Lady President.
The assessment is $10, and our dues for the year is 46, right?
No, dues for the year. Dues is $3 a month. That comes out to $36 a year.
Okay.
And then there's a $10 annual assessment. So every year, we're responsible to pay $10 to the parent body. So it comes out to be $46 total. But yeah, Brother Cornelius, when we look at your report, we gotta go out to next year to put in your payment. So thank you for your contribution. Next, yes. Next thing, I want to give an update on UNIA orientation. So there's an orientation class that they do every Saturday. I've shared it with our executives and some of our members that are interested. This week, they were reviewing the Black Cross nurses, the history of the Black Cross nurses, and their role in the organization, and how they're functioning today. just an update from the orientation. So if you want, more information on that, but all the executives, you should have it already. Is there anything else of critical importance? As always, well, yeah, as everybody should be aware, the building restoration fee, not fees, sorry, but the international headquarters building restoration fundraiser that's continuing, continuously ongoing. They've established a building restoration committee, and they've asked me to be a part of that. So we've only had one meeting. They're trying to figure out exactly how much funds they need, but as of right now, there's been a commitment to about $60,000 from Division 421. I've made a commitment of I verbally committed like $2,000, and half of
$2,000? Wow.
Yes. Is that too much or too little?
Well, I don't know. It's what's necessary, I guess.
For how long? What's
Go
the
ahead, I'm
terms
sorry,
of paying that? I'm
What's the
sorry.
what?
What's the terms of paying that? All at once or over time? And when does it have to be in?
Well, it's not a bill. It's a charitable contribution. So they would like to have as much of it as possible before convention in April. But they're open to, throughout the year, if we can make this commitment by the end of the year to make that contribution.
Does that come
and
out of
I'll
our
let y'all
general
know.
fund?
But hold on. Hold on. So before we where it comes from, half of it I got to do myself. So as president, I'm responsible for $1,000. All of the presidents are responsible for that, and then the other 1,000 would come from the division, and that would come from one of two places. So yeah, either our general fund, or as of last year, we created a charitable fund. So the charitable fund is anything that we received that goes beyond member dues or assessment, or like Black government ID, the flags, or any type of donation would go towards our charitable fund. And then do anything strictly per the Constitution would be our general fund. And as of right now, we usually have about, we keep a minimum of $1,000 in our general fund. But this would come from mostly a fundraising effort. That's where I would like for it to come from.
Okay.
So I got it. I read this. I read this last time. I'll read it again. December 20th, 2021, and I also read it in the executive meeting. This is from our international fundraising chair, Brother Marua out of Chicago. December 20th, 2021. Greetings, Garveyites. Thank you for your race work and commitment you have made to the legacy of UNIA. My name is Marua Farrell. I'm a lifelong member of the UNIA. I have been given the enormous task of raising funds to save our UNIA International Headquarters, and that's in Philadelphia. In its heyday, the UNIA owned farms, factories, laundromats, grocery stores, and plenty of property throughout the world. The Liberty Hall in Philadelphia is the only building the UNIA still has in the United States. The Thomas W. Harvey Memorial Division Liberty Hall International Headquarters was purchased on May 4, 1943 by the members of the division. It served as the beacon for African liberation and redemption in Philadelphia. Many of our great ancestors and of racial upliftment have entered the hall of the international headquarters. Some notables include Malcolm X, Kwame Nkrumah, Uncle Rashidi, John Henry Clark, and Anderson Thompson. After the fire in 1992, UNIA has had to face many obstacles in remaining in control and ownership of this great memorial. The members of Philadelphia and the UNIA as a whole have dedicated money, blood, sweat, tears, in ensuring that we will not lose this property as we have lost many others. In 2016, with the election of President General Michael R. Duncan, the call was given and received to members of our great association to save our international headquarters. Since that time, we have raised over $25,000 to repair the roof. And Division 421 was a part of, this is not on the book, but not in the text, but I'm just letting y'all know. Division 421 was a part of that fundraiser to raise the initial $25,000. So we've already given funds, but there's a call for more funds. The High Chancellor has informed us that we need $120,000 for the next phase of the building repair. So, and this is only one phase. They're talking about it's multiple phases. It'd probably be close to like $500,000 in total. But right now we're looking at $120,000 for this phase. We have to put as much money in as quickly as we can because the elements, the rain and everything is kind of deteriorating the building. So the roof was important. There's some other things that are important, windows, but keeping the building sealed is a priority. The High Chancellor has informed us we need $120,000 for the next phase of repair. They would say that this is a big expenditure, but we as true Garveyites say that this is a small thing. We have $47,000 in pledges. So in December it was $47,000. It's up to $60,000 now that we have started to come in. That leaves $73,000 for us to raise. Here's how we plan to do it. We're asking every division president to pledge $1,000. We're asking every assistant president general to commit $5,000, and every member to commit $100. We're also asking every division to have at least one fundraiser in which all profits will go to international headquarters. We're having a fundraiser, but we're not doing all profits. We are asking for these commitments, but we know that they are sacrifices. They are harder for some than others. If you can't make the ask commitment, please do not let that prevent you from participating in this great event preserving our holy ground. The international headquarters, our holy ground, the international headquarters. During the season of giving, also ask your friend and family to support the UNIA. What man has done, man can do. That's from Brother Marua, International Headquarters fundraising chair. So those are the two big things from the parent body is, member dues, funds, and fundraising for the international headquarters. Those have been the primary discussions these past couple months, probably since November, December, and January. Any questions or comments? But yeah, I mean, yeah, I would like to know what we think is a reasonable number, for the division. I'm responsible for what I'm responsible for, and I'll take care of my responsibilities. But as a division, I need to know what we think we can do.
I think as you as president, we ought to help you in that endeavor. I mean, that's $1,000.
Yes.
So that's why our
And-
fundraising efforts need to for sure be at hand.
Yeah, and let me speak on, I guess, what should be the elephant in the room. We know that we don't have a facility here in Atlanta, and most of the divisions are in the same position. They don't have their own building, a building of their own, and the parent body is asking us, to do a fundraiser for Philadelphia, for our international headquarters. So we do understand that, and that's why I said when they asked for 100% of the fundraising fund, I don't think we can do that, and most of the divisions aren't committing to that. We need to keep some funds locally, and then we can, take care of ourselves and then help out when we can.
Right.
Any questions or comments on annual assessment or international fundraising? International fundraising for our international headquarters. Okay.
You say they were asking for each member to give 100?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, and yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because that means I don't have to repeat it. But I'm reading directly as it's been given to me. The responsibility of a president to communicate this information. So it's not my call, but I am the messenger, and that is the call for each individual member to contribute $100. But like I said, not all of that would go towards Philadelphia. At most, probably 50%. But yeah, $100 each member.
So that would be
there's no other questions. Go ahead, Brother Cornelius.
that would be given to the division, and then the division will send it to the parent body.
Yes, yeah. So preferably, be a Cashapp or a cash contribution that would come into our general fund, but it would be considered a charitable contribution, and we take a percentage of that and create a separate fund that would go out to the parent body for the fundraiser.
Okay.
So out of every $100, probably $30 would go to the parent body.
So if members gave money toward the building fund, then you put all that together, and we would use that to go to the building fund without using division dues. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
if everybody could kick in something, I don't know if everybody could give 100 or not, but if everybody gave something, then that would be our money toward the dues instead of our general fund money.
Yes, absolutely, Brother Cornelius. But it all comes down to what the individuals can do. First priority is dues. So if an individual only has $50, that should go towards dues. And if an individual only has $100, I would say $50 go towards dues, and then the other 50, going towards the fundraiser. So dues come first. Any other questions or comments on that?
No,
Before we
I'm
move
good.
to okay. Light group today. People don't like talking about calendars. I opened up the, well, I think we had a couple people had to drop off. So, open up member chair. Looks like Sister Tania had to drop off. Mama Mina, you are the only sister that we have left. That's my wife.
What did you just say?
The member share. We usually do sisters first. You're the only sister that's left on the call.
Well, my goodness. I just had another thought. Maybe we can make some bumper stickers or something and sell them. Up you mighty race, a couple church you will, race first, and one God, one name, one destiny. I'm going to go see how much it's going to cost to get these set up, and then we can just sell them to people or something. Possibility. I just came to mind.
I like that. We've talked about things like that. Shirts, flags, bumper stickers could be in there. I don't see why we couldn't. But I would need Brother Macius' input. Anything business related, he's been on top of and kind of wanting to drive, as well as our chaplain, division chaplain, has mentioned some things, some business ideas as well.
So we need to just add it because we need to raise money. We need money for our division. Anyway, I'm gonna check these bumper stickers on. Then I saw some little T-shirts that had everybody's name listed on there, some historical characters, but they didn't have Marcus Garvey. So for sure, T-shirts or something,
Yes, what I feel like we need is commitment to contribute. So if we say we can get bumper stickers, before we even say we can get bumper stickers, people should be willing to contribute, so that when we do bring in 100 bumper stickers, all we have to do is tell people, hey, we got the bumper stickers, and, we start to move them. But it seems like people are enthusiastic about ideas until they become a reality, and then as soon as you get them, it's like, oh, I don't really need no bumper sticker that bad. So I'm looking for that commitment, and to commitment to contribute before we go, making large investments at least.
Commitment of what? Your time, your talent, and your treasures. Your treasures for sure. We need to put some time into our meetings and utilize their talents. Everybody got some talents out there that can do something.
What I mean is a commitment to support whatever, the division. So if we are creating bumper stickers, it shouldn't be a task for us to go around and convince our members, to get a bumper sticker. It should be an automatic thing. That's where I'm going. People should want it, like you should be proud, like, hey, but that's a mentality thing.
Okay. Yeah. So, for that matter, do we want to have some kind of February event? That's my question. If we decide that we do, then hopefully we will.
I would like to. We say we need funds, so we say we need to have events and gatherings. It seems like a win-win. It would check all the boxes. But again, the coordinators, aren't here to speak. Mama Mia, did you have anything else before I move to the brothers?
No, those just my ideas.
Okay. Brother Cornelius, did you want to say anything?
I'm trying to get back to my my unmute button. No, Brother John, I think I'm good. In fact, I think I'm gonna have to leave anyway. I've gotta keep getting this phone. I'm on my phone here. If somebody keeps trying to call me, I think I'm gonna have to leave early anyway.
Okay. Thank you for checking in on us, brother.
All right, brothers and sisters. Race first.
Race first. Let me jump over to a brother that's been on since the first couple of minutes. UNIA member 172 in New York, Dr. Shams.
Race first. Race first. Yes, I just wanted to ask, if the idea about having people paying for classified ads in perhaps a magazine, I understood that we had, for specific things they would like to market or do something that they have is, something that they have is not getting as much attention as they would like it to. So they these people would want to take out a classified ad to get the specifics of what they're talking about working within their business or being able to sell that and service other people who might be attracted to that classified ad. I don't know what's the opinion of that, Brother John. Brother John.
Talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
I think we have to talk about this a little bit. You're talking about utilizing classified ads in newspapers.
I understand we already have a magazine, right?
That's true. We do.
Okay, so we could put classified ads in the magazine. A lot of magazines have nothing but ads, propaganda all the way, things that people can buy, do whatever. We can adopt the same sort of idea, scale it down, and ask people who want to advertise a classified ad perhaps in our magazine. That might help bring in some funds.
Yes.
I think he's right.
Yes. We have to. I got to get an understanding of the ownership of Garvey Voice magazine, because I don't know if that's personally owned or it's owned by the organization. But I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I got to check, but I'm not sure if it's the organization that owns publication. And, they do advertisements, but they're mostly local and up there in New York.
What about for our local publication?
Dr. Sarah, could you mute the line for a second?
Mute the line? Okay.
Mama Mina, what were you saying?
What about for our local publication?
Start our own local publication?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what our Whirlwind newsletter is supposed to be. Digital publication. It's not a printed out one, but that's where we've done advertising, and we talked about, charging for advertising. But as of right now, all the promotion that we do is free.
there's so much that we can be about, identify what it is, and then if we want to do it, we need to do it, because we got a whole year new, where there's so much that we could be about. I mean, we can meet and study the past forever, but you got to do some work at this time. We can study officers' positions. We could, read books. What are you as a national organization going to be about?
That's what we've been trying to discuss, and I brought up, at the end of last year is, planning for this year and what we wanted to do and what we want our impact to be. There are some things that we have to do from a, let me see how to say this, from a procedural standpoint, I guess. With our mass meetings, and I think our mass meetings and our study groups are important. But if we wanted to add something else, and that's what we were kind of discussing today, if we wanted to have more programs, we'll do Thursday events or Saturday events or Friday events. We need individuals to coordinate it. But there will be some stuff in the summer. But, I don't know. I mentioned them for the past couple of years, and it's been very little, one or two people who come out and support. But I don't know. It seems like our people are more. I'm personally into like charity and things like that, but we have to do more like entertainment stuff to attract our people.
And I imagine at these times with this pandemic, people not really coming and going to too many places where masses of people are.
That's
so
what
I
they
don't
say,
know.
huh?
I would think. I mean, especially those white people who don't believe in masks anyway, don't want to wear them, and
I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I look at these basketball games, football games, stadiums,
they all out there. You're right. You're right.
And then people saying they can't go to church, because they don't want to sit beside somebody. I don't know.
You're right about that.
It's a tough time.
It's a tough time. You're right about that.
Only thing we can do, is our best. If we want to put on an event as best we can. If it's a in-person event, do the best we can. Expect the best. Live with what we get. If it's a virtual event, do the best we can. But I feel like it's I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much, but people have options. And we
really, if we're gonna plan this February event, then we need to, talk about it next week and start the plan. I mean, because February is almost here. We're gonna do it at the end of the month.
I know. We met. It's funny because we met. Let me see on the calendar. We met early in January. We met on the 11th. Brother Macias, myself, Brother James as well. He was there, and I think Brother Kenwada was there. But after that meeting, we didn't think that we needed to meet on the 18th, and we felt the 25th would be enough time. But we were supposed to go see the event first between that time. So, but anyway, 25th around 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. I think it's 6, but it's before our study group. It's like an hour and a half before study group.
You're gonna go see the building?
No, this is this will be a conference call.
Oh,
That's where we are. But we'll need to see the building before February. Yeah. What I need officially right now, I need commitment, like verbally, as well as a document from the facility that we can do it, and a flyer. If we had those two things, I'd be comfortable.
you're talking about doing it. What exactly are we talking about? What are we talking about doing? What is the event going to be?
Well, I think that's something we need to clarify on Tuesday.
We need to know today. What are we going to do?
But it's only me and you. Like, that's the thing.
Oh,
We have
at
four
this
different
point, is
meetings.
just me and you? Oh my gosh! Everybody else got off the line?
It's me.
Oh,
No.
my goodness.
It's other people. It's other people, but from an executive standpoint, it's just me and you. Second Lady Vice President's not here. First Lady Vice President's not here. Brother Cornelius had to drop off, and Brother Macias is not here. So for us to, try to, plan everything after, other things have been discussed, we just got to get on the same page. I don't know how, and I've mentioned this. The only things I need is attendance, people, and people pay dues. Those two things will be fine. But if we can't even, be consistent with attendance, we're gonna have problems.
May I offer? Reverend Slaughter
Yes.
Reverend Slaughter was impressed with the Kwanzaa program at his church, and he reached out to WADU to join with him for African History Month to do a program there. They're in the process of planning that now. So if you want to connect up with them, you could call that same lady, Jabina Davis, and find out how much progress they're making with their connection with Reverend Slaughter.
Thank you, Brother Orman. I think we are engaged with that. If you can see my screen, Brother Ken Wardo, who's another brother who's coordinating the event, he's on our executive committee. He's also a member of Beloved Community Church, but I think he mentioned it already, February 11th and 12th, I believe, at the Beloved Community Church. But thank you, Brother Orman. But this was, this is us as a division, testing ourselves, I guess, or we've been talking about this. I want to say at least since November, and this is our chance to plan something, organize it, and execute it.
Mm-hmm.
And see if that's something that we can really do. But we're having trouble right now. So yeah, we're aware, and we tried to do some stuff with Reverend Slaughter over Kwanzaa. I was actually sick, and I had to leave, but I was able to attend. Brother Kenwada was there. Yeah, but we've partnered with other groups, and we don't mind doing that. We actually enjoy doing that, but we also want to be able to stand on our own at certain times, and that's what this was supposed to be.
Right.
All right. Well, let me keep the discussion moving. There's only a couple other people online. I guess we'll jump to Brother Ormond. Anything that you wanted to add to the discussion tonight?
No, nothing at present. I'm just thinking, and I really don't have anything to add at this particular time. Race first.
Race first. Thank you, Brother Ormond. The last brother that we got for the art.
Brother who?
Art, and he's in Virginia.
Yeah, I don't have anything to share at this time.
Thank you for calling in, Brother Art. Okay, well, let me see. 7 o'clock. We're getting super early. Let me see something. I want to do a brief recap. I guess I'll just do it. Well, basically, we're in 2022, and we basically finished the month of January. This is our last time that we will meet this month. We didn't have a lot planned for the month. There was a community event at Beloved Community Church of Atlanta, hosted by Brother Eduardo. We did a feeding program and a clothing giveaway, and there was another group that was there with them on the 14th and 15th. And Brother Eduardo let us know about a MLK Day. It was supposed to be a walk, but it just turned out to be like a meeting. But those were the only events that we had discussed. Oh, there was another event that came up late this week. There was a meeting by initiatives from Moore Science Temple and a lot of the groups here.
A meeting where?
This was at College Park. So
College Park.
Yeah, but it's a place where we've had a few meetings before, but they were just doing an appreciation day. They were calling it, the name of the event was Flowers While You Live, but just an opportunity. Everybody came with a gift and did like a gift exchange, brothers exchange with brothers, sisters exchange with sisters, but just showing appreciation for each other and each other's groups while we're here. So that was the 22nd yesterday. I don't think there's anything really today, but this is a recap on January. Next time we talk will be February. Next time we talk as a group will be February 13th. In between that time, the only thing that I'm aware of right now is as Brother Orban said, there's an event the Beloved Community Church of Atlanta, Black Heritage, Black History type of event. And we're still looking at trying to do our own event on the 26th. But from an event standpoint, that's what we did for January, or that's what we discussed for January, and this is what we discussed in February. And then we don't really have anything yet for March. So the calendar, it is what it is. These days are going to come and they're going to go, but it's up to us to be proactive and decide, what we want to do throughout the year. So it'll go by quick. January's already gone. Next time we talk, we'll be halfway through February. So we have to be diligent. We have to, be focused on what we're trying to achieve. I don't have anything else. I think everybody had a chance to share. Was there anybody that did not get a chance to share that would like to share?
Yes, Brother Imhotep here.
Greetings, Brother Imhotep. How did I miss you?
Yes, greetings, Africans. Just briefly, today in African history, January 23rd, 1821, the American Colonization Society wanted to, their principal thinking was that the African here in America would not survive. This is not the place for them. It's best that they leave the country, and that they wanted to send them, the members, all African people, back to Africa. Well, on this day in 1821, about 1,500 Africans, those who some were born free, others were enslaved and freed, and a number of Africans from the Caribbean moved to Liberia and started a colony there. And then we know that about 27 years later, 1847, Liberia became a country. So that's it, just in today in African history. Also, I would like everyone to remember the Arab slave trade. You know, we always talk about the European slave trade, but
the Arab history, you're right.
We never mentioned the Arab slave trade, which was longer than the European slave trade, and took more people. Were enslaved, and most of those who were enslaved were African women. They took the women, okay, and enslaved them. There was, I think, it was 3-1 women taking over men and boys. Wow! Don't forget the Arab slave trade, and you just need to think: why don't we talk about it? Why isn't it? And there's a reason why we don't discuss it much. Yes, there's a reason. So, but being a Pan-Africanist and having a love for African people, no matter where they're at, we're all African people. And I'm just fiercely protective of African people, no matter where they're at. And anyone that does anything to our people anywhere are not my friend. And we need to just remember what the Arabs did to us and are still doing. So to that extent, thank you, President John, and Race First.
I'd like to add also, after they took the women, they took the men and made eunuchs out of them, which means they castrated them so that they would not have to fear them mating with their women. So they took the men and neutered them. 1,200 years of Arab slave trading, long before the Europeans got involved.
Long before the Europeans got us. Wow.
There was one other brother on the conference line. Brother Ross Enoch, are you there?
Assalamu alaikum. Back with United Force of Islam. Shalom. Abaragani, Uhuru Sasa, and Rastafari, Selassie I the First. Freedom. I should say freedom, Baronite land from all of our enemies, and may all of our enemies be subdued into eternal hell for what they have done, especially subjecting the young generation to this Holocaust. I just want to like to say, with regard to history, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad stated that history best reserves all research. I'd like to bring up another point of our history, being that there's a lot of historical amnesia that these devils created and produced, and the miseducation that they have continued to perpetuate. I also would like to say that on the Roman calendar, the so-called month of January 17th was a day from the continental side, and I'm speaking of the atrocious and most cowardice, brutal assassination of one of the great figures in our side, on the continental side, none other than His Excellency, brother and democratically elected president, Democratic on the part of the wicked Babylon corporate United States and Belgium, and the war that was engraved after that has devastated many of our suffering continental brothers and sisters, and the pain that came when the devils soaked their blood and soaked their cloak across the continent, one of the richest continents on the planet, that they continue to squander and break up and recolonize the other. And I was actually listening to Brother Lumumba. I actually seen the movie about Brother Lumumba, one of our Levi brothers from the Sister Republic of Haiti, who was raised partially the Congolese countryside when to the Congo, where a lot of our brothers who were intellectually high-strung used to go across the Atlantic to the Democratic People's Republic of Congo, set up intellectual advancement of the country. And Brother Raoul Peck movie is outstanding. I watched it and it was outstanding. He filmed it on location in the country, and he showed the truth in the movie of what devils were doing. And I also want to say I met 4 brothers. I met 5 brothers from the country. The youngest of the brothers, I was in captivity with him, and when I mentioned the country to him, he did not even want to talk about the country because of the fact that he's, quote, homeless. These devils are responsible for him coming across the Atlantic in the first place for what they did back home, and then plus he couldn't talk about the pain, okay, and hard. I'm going to bring that to brothers and sisters. I'm very much into history, and I love history, as a matter of fact. And you know, and it's responsibility of the young to teach the history. I plan on putting a lot of historical accounts in this book that I'm going to write very soon, as well as poetically. And I also would like to say that that I'll give some credence to the Willow Lynch Sage syndrome that I'm feeling right now with regards to the systematic demoralization and fear that these devils produce. They did a good job to a small degree. I'm not going to give them that much credit because I harness a lot of courage and fear right now. And I don't fear them. I don't fear their wicked Babylon corporate system. I don't fear none of their machinations because I know that as a child of prophets and as a great-grandchild of prophets, great rulers of this planet who is cloaked with melanin is going to wipe this place out. Okay? So I just want to also point out that that I don't fear anything. By the way that I'm speaking right now, I don't fear nothing. I fear the Almighty Holy Creator, who they falsely by as God, and all these other false titles that they throw in the nation. And I also was very much responsible. Who is a prototype of the European. He's very much responsible for what's going on with our nation as well. He's not out of the bag as well. He got his part of judgment to pay as well. It's still brothers and sisters of our nation, universally speaking, that suffering under a Euro Arab, I'll say. Okay, he got to answer as well. I have the records that a Israelite brother named Zion blessed me with. He actually digged them up in the archives and gave it to me, and the picture speaks for itself. It's a picture of our ancestors going through the Middle Passage or the transatlantic slave trade, okay, and it's not European devils, but it's Euro-Arab devils over the slows of the ship. So he got to pay as well. He got to answer as well, especially for the fact that a lot of brothers and sisters back home in the continent is still suffering under that damn devil. So there's a lot of judgment that got to go around. There's a lot of reclamation that got to go around. There's definitely a lot of reform in our nation that got to and there's a lot of accountability to go around. And I just want to say that I was blessed to go to talk about the atrocities in our nation. I was blessed to go, and I was the only one to go back when I went to it was a tribunal, and the survivalistic effects or post-traumatic slavery. And it was hosted by the Nation of Islam, particularly under the brother Minister Silas Muhammad, who also was the Brooklyn here right now. And I testified to the effects of slavery, and he was able to, the arbitrators themselves were the brothers and sisters. They were not somebody else on a high who's responsible for slavery, for the effects of slavery. Testified. And when I testified, I actually I was very militant and I was very fiery, like right now. And I fought just got on the effects of slavery and the damages that slavery. And I was glad that I went because, like I said, I was the only young youth of intelligence and of strength to go. And I think there should be as many of them as possible, because what I'm seeing right now with these devils and their wicked Babylon corporate system, they have a lot, and all of their wicked brothers and sisters, they have a lot that they have to answer for, including the handkerchief heads we have in our midst. So I just wanted to point that out in this war zone, and I continue to hold fast, okay, to the very end, like they say in the scriptures, knowledge self. So assalamu alaikum, Bakwasina Fuzab Islam, Shalom. And Wadu and Huru Sasa and all of that. Peace, blessing. Rastafari is the first.
Peace, brother Rafina. Was anyone? We're getting ready to move to close. Was anyone that did not get a chance to share that would like to share? Last call before we move to close. Anyone that would like to share that did not get a chance?
I just want to say hello, greetings.
Queen Sassy?
Yes, how was everyone?
We're doing good. Good to hear from you. We were going over our calendar for the year, so trying to discussing, what type of events we wanted to do.
Oh, okay. All right. I have to do the playback so I can hear the beat. I'm in a different time zone.
Okay. Yeah, we got the recording.
All right. Oh, yeah, and Happy New Year's, everybody.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to you too.
Well, if no one else wants to share, we'll move to close. If you would, please come off mute and repeat after me. We'll close out with the motto of the organization. One God.
One God.
One God.
One aim. One destiny.
One destiny.
Africa for the Africans.
Africa for the Africans.
Those at home and those abroad.
Those at home and
those abroad.
Pray first.
Blessings.
Peace and blessings, everyone.
Peace and blessings, brother.
Race first.
Race first.
Race first. Brother John, I'll call you. Take care.
Okay.